I prefer my instructors to be from wherever I'm studying, or at least have been able to relocate to be able to teach with their license wherever I'm studying. The most annoying lessons to learn is when a fucking immigrant is trying to teach you. Not only because of their status, but because you know that they're gonna teach you tough love and all these ways to go about overcoming that fucking obstacle while giving you the hardest time ever. So I was just thinking because I was jotting down some stuff and I'm like a lot of the things with them it's because it's hard for them to get documents and all this extra shit to be on some equal status as citizens, but mainly every issue that I hear or that I've come in contact with has to do with either taxes, motherfuckers' dependents, or their fucking statuses. In 2024, I'm fucking annoyed by it all. I'm fucking annoyed by it all because, like I said, um, the series of events have been just a little weird. And by me being pregnant and noticing, I'm not out here trying to sell my soul. I'm not out here trying to sell my baby. I'm not out here trying to use my baby for profit or nothing like that. So it's just kind of funny because I feel like I had to put that out there while I'm discussing these topics. And um, with all this real estate scamming and tax fraud scams and bank scams and all this extra shit that be going on, I just really like to sit back and analyze it all. I wouldn't say I like to absorb it all, but I like to analyze it all and kind of use it to my best advantage as far as the knowledge goes. Because, like I said, I'm not stupid. So I don't understand why adults feel like that because I'm away from my parents or I didn't got into some adult shit that they can like pull and tug and manipulate me all they want. And it just kind of makes me chuckle a little bit because that's incorrect. And it usually be motherfuckers with young kids. So I'm not sure if it's that, they're going through that whole parenting uh forgetfulness or like parenting mini dementia shit going on, but it just be very ironic because I make sure that those kind of things doesn't happen to me. I'm very strict on making sure I don't forget stuff. So I'm always jotting down stuff. I use that skill at work, at school, during my free time and all types of shit. So my thing would be like let's say if I finish a fucking notepad or a notebook, putting it away and then maybe looking for that specific notebook or notepad. But from once I write something down, I usually remember it. If the subject or the topic is brought back up, I easily can like retract what my thoughts initially were. And sometimes I do act more human than other days and simply forget. But I just think that as far as how my baby daddy's acting, and because I recently filed taxes, my current employment status versus my student status and all types of shit. I'm not sure if I'll have a job by next year. Hopefully, I can have the doctors see eye to eye with me on taking care of my own baby and getting paid for it. I don't know this city. I don't trust no one in this city. I don't really think I'll be looking for babysitters or have any family members come out and take care of my baby. I think I can do it on my own while I'm studying and continuing my studies and being at home, at least for the first 2 years. And or at least for the first 2, 3 years. And definitely by age 4 and 5, I'll be looking for a school for the kid, So hopefully that works out. I can get paid for taking care of my baby and I can file my own dependent. But if that doesn't work out, then I have no choice but to give that dependent to its father, which is definitely gonna annoy me. But at the same time, I don't want to be in that situation where I'm arguing with him over no taxes or dependents, because that kind of showed itself this year when I misplaced my documents or thought or actually did have my documents uh, taken. Because like if you watch my videos, you know what I'm talking about. But definitely because I have experience. I have 2 sons already. Um, and the last time I even felt like I was a recent mother was 11, 11 to 12 years ago. My oldest is 13, about to be 14 this fall. So it was a while ago, and so I'm trying to figure out, what was I naive about then, and it was definitely fucking taxes. Um, I was always my parents' dependent up until whatever age they cut the credit. So the hype usually be up until you're like around 16 or something like that, because the tax lady told me once the kid is 16, you get less. You get like a couple $100s. So it's no longer thousands. You get a couple $100s. So in 3 years, if I was still claiming my oldest, in 3 years I wouldn't be getting nothing. So in 3 years, if his father is still claiming him, he won't really be getting anything but like a pair of shoes and a shirt and some pants maybe. But it's just funny to me. The drama I've been through even in my own household in New York over fucking taxes, dependents. Motherfuckers made sure I was stressed. I wasn't feeling myself to the point where I wouldn't be at work certain years. And then they feel like they up next for grabs when it comes to my dependents. And that is sickening. That is disturbing to know. But at the same time, I know that, you can't just let that kind of money go. Um, and so, for instance, certain years, if I wasn't making enough or I wasn't working the whole year or something like that, I would let my mother uh, file taxes with my kids. That way we don't lose that child tax credit. But eventually it became my biggest mistake ever, because when I lost custody, I realized that might have been an issue with my kid's father, because there were many times where he wanted to claim them, but by then it was too late. And because I felt guilty living under my mother's roof with 2 kids, I'm not working or didn't make enough that year, I would agree for her to use my kids for dependence. Um, and that has been the most annoying mistake ever. Um, and had I really taken it serious then, I probably would have never let myself go, or never would have let myself get tired enough to the point where I'm not at work all year round. Um, but like I said, it was just like an agreement then. I mean, I wasn't really paying rent. At no point I did contribute to food purchases. Um, Sometimes when I did have my money, I would lend. For example, like if my mother